Welcome everyone to the Fisting Academy, and today I'm going to be showing you how to fist people. Your goal as Iron Fist is to be the most insufferable piece of shit in the entire lobby and to kill your enemy's will to even play the game, especially the supports. Think of Iron Fist as a mosquito all up in your ear on a hot summer night, or as a piece of meat in your teeth. He's so annoying to play against, and with this new season he got some buffs and he's 10 times more annoying. I can guarantee that no matter your skill level, you can learn something from this video, so feel free to skip around. There's chapters below, and without further ado, let's get into the abilities. So starting off, we have your basic attacks, pretty much how you're going to be fighting anyways, and it has a max distance of 6 meters. So once you see a little circle, you get sucked in. Spot punches, the last one stuns, which is good for starting up combos, which you're going to get into in a sec. So your next ability is your jumps, and you have 3 as you can see in the bottom right, and these are jumps aside from the base one. So 1, 2, and 3, and pretty much they take you wherever you want to go. And also Fist has a passive where he's able to run on walls, and whenever you run on walls you're like 50% faster. So when you're walking you're like 6 meters per second, you're going at 6 meters per second, but when you run on walls you're like 9 meters per second. And pretty much want to run on the walls every time you want to take an engagement so you can surprise him. You don't just like walk straight towards him and start fighting. You definitely want to start running on walls your engagements. Yeah. Next move is a 2-part move, and it's probably the most important ability in your kit. So the first part is called Dragon Defense, and you're able to block pretty much anything in the game, like Wanzo, honestly just anything in the game. And when you block, it gives you health depending on how much damage you block, but the maximum is 200. So its percentage is based on how much damage you take, basically. So whenever you block, you gain health back. And the second part is called Yaji Kun Quen. And what basically it is, it's pretty much buff them once. So after you block, you notice there's two little yellow meters going down. That shows how much time you have in this mode where you can buff them once, and this is what they look like. And yeah, they do a lot of damage. And he recently got buffed to where the Yajin Junquen does more percentage damage. So pretty much the higher health you have, the more damage it does. So especially on tanks. So you do a lot more damage to tanks, which is why he's known as a tank buster this season. So to show you. Yeah, you're able to do all of that in just one meter drain, which is pretty insane. A few things I forgot to mention: you don't necessarily have to block any damage to use in power mode. You can just like literally right click it and get into the mode, which is nice. And another thing is you're probably gonna use it sometimes, depending on the situation. You're gonna use it to escape. So if you right click and look in the sky, jump, you can pretty much fly in the air for so long. Yeah, look where I am. Yeah, you can fly so high. I use it to escape sometimes depending on the situation, and it's pretty much a really nice move. One more thing I forgot to add is that every kill you get gives you about 50 shield. So if I just quickly kill him, yeah, so went from 300 to 350. The next ability is called Kunlun Kick, and it's a 2-part kick, which is pretty much this. And the first kick does 30 damage, second one does about 35, but the second one does more damage depending on how much HP your opponent has. So if they have about 50% HP or less, it does 70 damage. So in total, the move should do like 100 damage if they're lower than 50 HP. So if I do this, this should kill him. Yeah, so it's really good for finishing combos. This is pretty much how you're gonna be finishing combos when you're diving. And another thing is you can use it to escape. It goes pretty far. If you look up and jump, you can cover a lot of ground. So it has a 10-second cooldown. Before it was 12, but it got buffed to 10 seconds. But you reduce the cooldown by about like 1.5 seconds for every M1 you hit. You can't really see here, but imagine it's on a 10-second cooldown. Every M1 you hit, it drops the cooldown by like 1.5 a second, which is really nice actually. Your next ability is called Harmony Recovery, and it's a really good tool when you're about to take. Shut the fuck up, Iron Fist. It's a really good tool for when you're about to take engagements. Pretty much you just run up, maybe up a wall, and heal. It's very good, and it gives you 400 shield. It makes you go up to 400 shield, which decays slowly. Before it was 425, but they dropped it down to 400, but it goes down way slower, which is really nice. So the way you're going to be using this most of the time is before you take engagements, you just roll up the wall, leave this, and you're able to take some hits. So pretty much it makes you a lot more tanky when you're diving, which is pretty much why Iron Fist is getting like more play. He just got buffed in so many ways, which is really nice. And your last ability is your ultimate, which is called Living Chi, and it's pretty much your Yajin Quint on crack. It does more damage. It has more range, so hold on. What's the range? Yeah, it's about 10 meters now. So you have more range, you do more damage, and the best thing about this ult is it drops your block. Normally your block is about maybe 12 seconds, but it drops your block to about 3 seconds. So you can pretty much live in this mode forever, which is really insane. When your ult gets to 3 seconds, it gives you sound. I don't know if you can hear it right now. Yeah, so if you block in those 3 seconds, it makes your next block at a base instant, so you don't have, it doesn't go on cooldown, which is really nice, honestly. So it's just more survivability and more damage pretty much. So our most optimal combo with Iron Fist is 2 jumps, dash back to spawn, go back, picks out. So the best combo, or pretty much the only combo you can do with Iron Fist, is just to punch them till they're below 50% HP. So that way the kick can do more damage. So like this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so they need to be about 50% or lower, so it does 100 damage, and it's a really fast way of killing them, honestly. If you want to become more technical, it's pretty much 5 on1s into kick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and about that 5-on-1, like I said, it stuns. So once you kick them, they really can't move, and you lock them on into the kick, which is really nice. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't use the, what's it called again? Yajin Kunkwen in the combo. Honestly, you really want to save your block till you're like maybe half HP, maybe take like half damage, or like pretty much when you take it damage, you don't really use it, because that way you're able to survive. And sometimes you honestly don't want to use it, depending on, it honestly depends on the situation. So if you're fighting like a Luna or a Mantis, sometimes you want to use it earlier, because in the case of Luna, she can freeze you, and Mantis, she can stun you. So sometimes what I'll do when I fight Luna, when I'm diving against Luna or Mantis, I am on them a couple of times. I tease them, so I just wait for them to like react. Sometimes they just do the freeze and sleep, and once they do, just like it's pretty much easy. It's easy from there. Your fight is over. But honestly, you really just want to save it for like dire situations. And one important question is, when do you ult? And the answer, I don't fucking know. Honestly, you can pretty much ult at any situation. Enemies are grouped up, you don't have your block, there's a single support away from your team, there's a group of children trying to cross road, leave it alone. What the fuck is wrong with you? Now let's talk about how you actually want to play Iron Fist. Now think of Iron Fist as a mosquito in your ear on a hot summer night. You just want to be so annoying, like just all up in their support's face. You're just gonna be running on walls. Pretty much you're gonna be on the walls like a lot, maybe like 80% of the time before you take dives. You just want to go on the wall, you don't get that 400 HP, and just straight just going on this shit. And you just want to, it depends on what the enemy team is giving you. Yeah, you're like pretty decent against Namor. You know, you can attack him maybe when he's like using the bubble. You can pretty much tank the squids with the blocks, with your over health and everything. But if your other team is giving you like Human Torch, Storm, or Iron Man, just jumps, dash back to the spawn, go back, picks out. But if you do decide to use Iron Fist, regardless of whatever your enemies are giving you, your priorities for attacking probably are maybe the flyers, then the healers, maybe the DPSs, then tanks. But maybe if you, I mean, it depends on if you have someone that can cover it. If you have an aim on your team, you're probably just going to go for the healers, then DPS and tanks. But yeah, he's really good against tanks, like I showed earlier in the video. You can do a lot more damage. Honestly, I can say you can win a 1-1 against a tank. Maybe a thing. Oh yeah, and his punches go through shields. For some people that didn't know that, I mean, it should be pretty obvious because It's melee abilities, but apparently a lot of people don't know that melee goes through shields. So he's good against Captain America, which I think he got buffed a bit. So yeah, and he's really annoying. I think he's the only person that can deal with Captain America. That's pretty much everything you need to know about Iron Fist. If there's anything I forgot to mention, I'll probably just leave it down in the comments and pin it. But if you enjoyed the video so far, make sure to like and